Well, you've probably seen CPR on TV shows. It can be dramatic, chaotic, often happening in public. In this week's Health Smart report, we're hearing from an EMT who trains people to save lives and about new research that shows those portrayals you see on TV can shape real-life decisions.
At a UPMC CPR training center in Lemoyne, Cumberland County, Matt Warner counts out loud, elbows locked, pushing hard and fast.
You'll put one hand in the center of the chest.
This is what he does for a living, teaching strangers how to save a life. Though last year, Matt became the one who needed to be saved.
Farm Show 2024, I was working for Life Team in our first aid room. Was perfectly fine that morning, had no issues, no problems. And then next thing I know, I'm on the ground looking up.
Co-workers rushed in, starting CPR and grabbing an AED.
They did chest compressions on me for about 3 or 4 minutes. They delivered one shock off of an AED and then compressions for about another minute, and then I woke up there.
At the hospital, doctors discovered a blockage in his heart, putting a stent in the 43-year-old EMT. Matt says survival often depends on who's nearby. Bystander CPR saves lives. However, only about 20% of people actually step in during an emergency. He says in part because of fear and myths they potentially see on TV.
Honestly, it probably puts more fear into them instead of less fear because it looks so intimidating and so traumatic.
That's exactly what University of Pittsburgh researchers wanted to understand, how TV shapes public perception of cardiac arrest. A recent study found one big discrepancy was that most TV shows depicted happening in public, even though more than 80% happen at home.
And that might be a barrier to getting training. If you think you're more likely to use this skill on a stranger compared to a loved one.
They also found many shows focus on mouth-to-mouth and pulse checks, even though the American Heart Association promotes hands-only CPR. Still, not all TV influence is bad. Scenes like the CPR episode of The Office have actually been credited with people stepping in to save lives in real life.
While a lot of these depictions aren't the greatest in the world, I think it's very empowering for people to see that, like, oh, this character on TV can jump in and save a life. I can too.
Just like that, a little bit faster.
For Matt, it's not about TV drama, it's about real people acting fast.
And they can't be sued. They don't have to do mouth to mouth. It's a simple recognition and just pushing on somebody's chest. Hey, hey, hey.
Because one day, the person on the floor could be someone you love. If you're interested in learning more about the University of Pittsburgh study, I've linked it to the story on our website, fox43.com. With your Health Smart report, Amy Lutz, Fox 43 News.